Did you get ready in the dark or something? 'Cause you look like a beautiful nightmare.
Hey Cancer, welcome to your December 2021 tarot reading. My name is Tessa and you're watching my channel. This is going to be a general spiritual guidance tarot reading for Cancer's sun, moon, or rising. We are officially in Sagittarius season, so happy Sagittarius season. Last month, wrapping it up, 2021, before we move into 2022. Wow, holy shit. If you guys are a returning subscriber, you might be familiar with my monthly readings using the Astral Soul Oracle deck and me tying in astrology to your reading, pulling up the natal chart based on your rising sign. I'm not going to do that for this particular reading. I'm only going to be sticking with tarot and just providing you guys with a message from the tarot cards. This is simply due to the fact that I have been really doing a deep dive into astrology these last couple of weeks and have been studying astrology very diligently and intensely, so to speak. And I just kind of needed a little bit of a break to reconnect with my tarot cards and to just kind of reconnect with you guys through tarot. And just to kind of pull the messages up for what they are without using astrology. Now, astrology is always going to be tied to tarot, okay? The symbolism, the messages, you can't really separate astrology and tarot, okay? So they will never be completely separated. But I'm just not using or utilizing any extra sources or extra tools to bring in, I guess more cosmically influenced message for you, okay? So that's really the only difference that's happening here, okay? And it is simply because I do want to just reconnect with tarot, okay? I want to connect with tarot in my own way, and connect tarot to you guys in my own way. And then I also want to connect to astrology in another way and connect astrology to you guys in another way. So with that being said, this all kind of started a couple weeks ago when the whole Astro World tragedy kind of hit the news, and I was following this story pretty intently. It did affect me, and it led me to want to investigate the astrology of November 5th, 2021 in Houston, Texas. And it also led me to want to investigate the astrology of Travis Scott. Okay, so I did start a new series on my channel called Investigative Astrology. And I'm really excited about this new series, to be honest. I'm really excited to start, to at least jump off to have a kind of jumping off point for bringing more astrology into my channel, and for maybe providing some insight in reference to astrology or certain dates through that whole investigative kind of filter and platform, where we're really kind of diving into energy and trying to uncover some secrets or clues or certain phenomena, So if you feel like that could be something really that you could become interested in, or that you're interested in, understanding or learning about, I did upload those videos. They are up and ready. There's 5 parts to them. They are really long, so I'm just giving you a heads up that it is pretty long. 4 out of the 5 videos are about an hour long. But the introduction is only about 20 minutes long, so definitely give that a whirl, the introduction, and I'll talk about in my introduction basically what you can expect from all the different videos, and then you can decide if that's something that you want to commit yourself to, okay? But yeah, I just wanted to kind of let you guys know what I've been up to. And then with that being said, we are going to jump into your tarot reading, Cancer, okay? Also, if you want, feel free to let me know in the comments if there are any particular tarot readings that you want me to do on my channel, or any particular spreads, or I don't know, if you have some ideas. My mid-December reading, I think I'm going to do my mid-December readings for all the zodiac signs with a 12-month tarot spread for 2022, okay? So that's the idea that I have for mid-December. But you're definitely welcome to provide me with some ideas for future tarot readings. So with that being said, let us get into your tarot reading, Cancer, and see what is going on for you for December 2021. So what are the energies that Cancer needs to be aware of for December? What are the energies that Cancer needs to be aware of for December? Okay. All right, so kicking off the reading, we have the Four of Pentacles. Sun in Capricorn. Sorry, I was like, I don't know why this like took me off guard for a second. Four of Pentacles, Sun in Capricorn. Okay, so you're saving up your money. You know, you're kind of holding on to your money. You might have already done your Christmas shopping, Cancer. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I kind of feel like, I don't know, I can kind of see Cancers, and I mean, I guess it depends on how Cancer is placed in your chart. But I can kind of see Cancers either being really, really stingy around this time of year with their money, where they are being very careful with how they spend their money, especially if they are needing to buy presents and gifts and things like that for the family. Or maybe you're more cautious this year, or you're a lot more careful about how you are spending your money this year. And you're really taking a closer look at your finances and being like, okay, you know, we have to make some sacrifices, or it's like, you know, we have to be really careful with how we're spending our money. Like, I'm getting this vision of like you and your partner having a discussion about like how, you know, what is acceptable in reference to like spending money on for the holidays this year. Okay, so that's really interesting. Like some kind of need to save money over here. This could be for some future, you know, maybe you guys want to buy a house or something, or you're thinking about moving to like a new house. So that's why there's a little bit more of a sense of like being more careful with how you're spending your money right now. You do have the Three of Cups, Mercury in Cancer. So there is, you know, definitely, you know, the desire to want to come together with friends and or family and celebrate this time of year, to be together. Okay, so there is definitely a sense of celebration. I also see you perhaps like hosting a holiday party at your own home. You know, and just kind of keeping it small, right? Just kind of keeping it small and intimate, and just like your closest family and friends, and the ones that you really really love. Okay, but there is a sense of like coming together and celebrating something. And then we have the Three of Pentacles, Mars and Capricorn, working together. So in all honesty, like maybe like you guys decided, like maybe you and your brothers or sisters or your friends, or like you and your cousins or whatever, like your family, you guys maybe decided to have like the party at your house, but but you're not like paying for everything, right? Like it's like you guys are kind of like deciding to come together and all pitch in a little bit, you know, to all kind of bring in a more of like a community sort of party, so that no one is left feeling like they, you know, just like broke their bank or something like that. There's definitely this feeling of working together, coming together to share, you know, to build, you know, to create maybe like a coming together or party of some kind, you know, maybe coming together for Christmas. You're planning. I see you planning something with other people, like family or friends, okay? And, you know, getting into some planning process in regards to something for the future. And then we have the Devil. So this is Capricorn energy coming up after Capricorn. Ooh, some indulgence over here. Okay, some kind of toxic energy going on here. This is interesting. I'm going to clarify this too because there is some energy here that is providing some kind of toxicity for you or a warning of some kind. This could be an energy that's in your surroundings saying like, be careful. Maybe this party that you're planning has some element, like maybe there is a family member. There could be a family member who is just not willing to cooperate or is making things kind of toxic and difficult in regards to this planning process. Strength, Leo energy. This could be like a sister or a sibling, or someone that is not really pulling their weight or is not really helping out this planning process. They might be isolating themselves. They could be they could be getting into some trouble. Okay, so there could be like a family member or someone who's getting into some trouble, and perhaps like you and your other family members are like talking about this person, but it's kind of creating a bit of a toxic environment. Maybe because you don't know what to do about this person. This person could be very much like in their own toxic habits. They could have a lot of really toxic habits. It could be drugs. It could be drinking. It could be sex. It could be a lot of different things. And there's a lot of like concern and worry for this person. The universe is wanting you to have strength here. And then we have the Tower energy, Mars. I don't know, but this person is like, this energy, because Cancer, like there's a lot of love and care. There is like some transformation happening here. There is a Tower moment coming down. It could very much be in regards to this plan, okay? Like, so if this person is actually part of this planning process, something could happen that kind of makes everything fall apart and makes everything fall apart. And it could be related to their addictions. Like maybe they show up to the party like drunk, or I don't know, like something happens that creates some big Tower moment for like you and like your family or your immediate surroundings. And that's why the Strength card is here, because it's like wanting you to stay strong. And then we have the Nine of Wands, which is Moon in Sagittarius, which is needing to kind of push through this situation. This is so interesting. And then we have Four of Wands, Venus in Aries. Okay, we gotta clarify this. I want to know what this story is all about. This is interesting. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have Judgment, Pluto energy. Some lesson. Okay, this is all of this that is going to be happening for December. This is some lesson. Cancer, you have Sagittarius in your 6th house of health, routines, planning, organizing, okay, cleaning, the everyday activities, the mundane activities of your daily life, you know, running errands. So December really could be about planning. It could be about the daily activities of your life leading up to something. But then you finish off the reading with this Four of Wands energy, which is like a celebration inside of a home. Okay, like Four of Wands can represent like marriage too, but it's also about like celebrate. It's like coming together and celebrating and having fun. So there could be some kind of tower moment, like in the middle of December, you know, like there could be some kind of big, you know, breakdown that happens. Maybe like you get into a, you know, you could get into a fight with this toxic family member. Okay, there could also be some family member here who's providing a lot of strength for the group. Okay, especially with that tower moment that comes in, there's some big change happens. It might not even be related to this toxic person. This tower could be like some other sudden thing happens. Like maybe like one of the characters involved in this, in your family, is like something sudden happens to them. You know, like just something really unexpected happens. And you guys all have to like push through as a family and figure it out together. And then, you know, you still end up having this whole like familial celebration here. So let's start clarifying this. Let's, where do we start? Let's start with the Three of Pentacles. So we have you, we have the family, we have the brothers or the sisters. I'm really getting some strong sibling vibes. I'm getting some really strong sibling vibes. You could be the oldest, but it doesn't have to be the case. Clarify the Three of Pentacles. Doesn't have to be the case. Clarify Three of Pentacles. Knight of Wands, Sagittarius energy. So I was getting this feeling of like you're working towards something with your family or with these people that you're planning this party with. You're working together, and then suddenly out of nowhere, this like toxic energy kind of enters the room, or like one of the people that's part of this planning process just becomes very like toxic or unbearable, or just kind of like very impulsive. You know, maybe they're drunk or something, like they could be like fucked up, or they could be on something, and they kind of like, you know, rush in or run in and like kind of disrupt the planning process, and it kind of creates some drama. Let's clarify the Devil. This could be someone's partner. Maybe like one of the people in the party has a partner or a boyfriend or a girlfriend who's like addicted to something, and they kind of ruin something. Oh, Jesus Christ. Clarify the Devil. Ugh. Okay, so Devil is clarified by the Knight of Swords. We have the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, so there's some really impulsive energy that's like creating some disruption here. Some very impulsive energy, basically, okay? Some very masculine kind of impulsive, very like sharp-tongued or like energy that's kind of like creating some toxicity here, okay? Let's clarify strength. Strength is clarified by the Magician, Mercury. Okay, yeah. So it's like there is like a family. This could very much be you, Cancer, in all honesty, but there's a family member here who is not letting they are not letting this behavior disrupt the plan. It's like, nope, not gonna let them disrupt this plan, okay? Like, it's just like, nope. The Magician is very much has a lot of strength and determination to make this happen. Let's clarify the Tower. Tower is clarified by the 5 of Pentacles, Mercury and Taurus. Well, it could also be, you know, like someone loses a job or someone doesn't actually have as much money as they thought. And this is why the Tower moment happens, because it's like having a tower because you're really realizing that you're unable to do what it is you really want to do. And you're unable to you're unable to spend the money you really want to spend. But that doesn't mean that you're not still going to do this and push through. But there is like an indication, of there like not really being enough money, or feeling really, you know, feeling really shaken up by the fact that that you can't spend a lot of money, or feeling shaken up because other people that you're planning this with are not willing to chip in, or they're not willing to kind of like pull their own weight. Clarify 9 of Wands. It's almost like this toxic energy up here. It's like there are people who want to be involved in this. There are people who want to like, they're very impulsive. They want to be involved. They have all these creative ideas. They have all this inspiration. They have like so much to say. But then at the same time, they're not really like providing the financial support in order to actually make this come into a reality. And that kind of becomes very frustrating. Clarify 9 of Wands. You know, it kind of leaves you a little beat up by the whole process. 9 of Wands is clarified by the King of Pentacles, Taurus energy. Yeah, so you're just kind of pushing through, and you're like, I'm just pushing through and providing yourself as just like a stable source. You know, you're just this stable source, and you're like, well, we're gonna, you know, whatever the fuck happens. I'm gonna have this party anyway, and whatever we have. Well, you know, if we run out of food, that's your fault. It's kind of like, I don't know, like, I don't think that you're gonna do that, but it's kind of just like standing your ground. It's like you're just standing your ground. You're standing in your power. You're not gonna let anything really like just, you know, you're not going to let anything kind of ruin this celebration. Like, you want this celebration to happen. You want it to happen, and you're not going to let anybody ruin it. But you also understand that you do have to make some sacrifices. But also, you know, and that, you know, you are the one ultimately who is providing the home, the place, the comfort zone. Clarify 4 of Wands. All right, so clarifying the 4 of Wands, we have 8 of Wands, Mercury and Sagittarius. Yeah, just, I mean, in all honesty, like, this celebration happens, and it really just ends up being a whole lot of, like, chatter. Like, it's like everyone... It looks like everyone just kind of has a whole lot of shit to say. Like, it's fun, basically. It's like this very, very dynamic and like energy where everyone's energy is just like all over the place. Like, this party or whatever ends up just being like a whole bunch of different like crazy energies, just like blah, 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 you know, just like all over the place. Like, that is literally how I'm getting this whole like party. I swear it's a party, or it's a holiday party or a celebration. And people are just like in each other's faces, and the energy is just like so all over the place. It's very like sharp. It's just like very fast. It's very fast. It's very dynamic. It's very fast. It's very communicative. There's a lot of communication. There's a lot going on. Okay. There's a lot going on. And, you know, I also kind of feel, Cancer, like you might be surprised, like on the day of the event, like you might actually be caught off guard by the fact that like people show up with like, you know, food, and people show up with all sorts of things, you know, food and presents or just like whatever, you know, people end up showing up in this whole different energy. Like, it's like the planning process was one kind of energy, and then the actual celebration, you know, and like all this shit goes down during the planning process, but then the actual celebration ends up being this like really, you know, crazy dynamic energy. Final messages or advice for Cancer. Final messages for Cancer. We have the Seven of Wands, Mars in Leo, the Five of Swords, Venus in Aquarius, and Temperance, Sagittarius. Okay. Look, Cancer, this month is going to take you on a bit of a roller coaster ride, and even the party is going to take you on a bit of a roller coaster ride, okay? You're going to feel defensive. You're going to feel caught off guard. You're going to feel hurt. You're going to feel like, I don't know, maybe people went behind your back to do certain things. You're going to feel all sorts of things, and then you're just going to find your balance, and then you're just going to be like, you know what? At the end of it all, you know, fuck it. With that Temperance, like, so it's like the advice here, the advice here is almost like, don't let yourself be too like emotionally affected by the actions of others. Okay, don't let yourself be so like wrapped up in everyone else's feelings, and like to the point where like you care so much about everyone else's feelings that you ignore your own. Because the more you get wrapped up in everybody else's feelings, the more you end up kind of like hurting yourself and sabotaging yourself. There is also a need here to protect yourself against like all this energy that's trying to like be in your ears and tell you like what's what or what to do or how to do it. There is a need to kind of step back over here. There's a need to kind of step back. If you don't want to go through this whole emotional process, there's kind of a need to step back and to just kind of like let people do whatever it is they're going to do, and to just allow, like, you just do what you're going to do and just let people do whatever the heck they're going to do. Like, don't even really worry about it. Just do you, you know, just do whatever it is that you sought out to do for yourself. Just to prevent yourself and to so you don't have to go through this whole like emotional roller coaster and experience all this stress and anxiety over this. So this is your reading, Cancer, for December. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if it resonated down below, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye.